Hey, welcome back to the Board Game Closet. My name is Jimmy, and today we're doing another SMALLS. SMALLS is a board game that is easy to teach, plays quickly, and is relatively inexpensive. Today we're going to take a look at 8-Minute Empire. This plays up to 5 people and lasts roughly, you probably guessed it, 8 minutes. In 8-Minute Empire, you are trying to control the world, and so you are going to be commanding armies that are represented by these little cubes, and you're going to be placing them out on the board and trying to control area. So it's an area control game. Let's talk about what you get in the box. I think you get a good amount of stuff in the box. You get this board that's double-sided, which I always appreciate. You get a good amount of cards with decent artwork. Does the job. You get these little money tokens here. And then you get cubes. You get a lot of cubes. So you get, I don't know how many cubes per player, plus these little round discs. In 8-Minute Empire, you are going to be commanding an army. So at the beginning, you will pick a color, and you put out 3 little cubes in the start area. So everybody starts together, and then you're going to be going out around the world trying to conquer it. And the way that you conquer it is simply just by having the most people in a region. Whoever has the most people in a region is going to get victory points at the end. And then whoever has the most owned regions in a continent is also going to win. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 continents in the game that you're able to control, and there are multiple regions within each one of those continents. So how do you move about in the game? They have 6 cards at the top, which I kind of like this mechanic, and these cards range from costing you nothing up to 3 points. When a card is bought or purchased in the game, then the cards move down. So the cards are going to become cheaper the longer that they're out on the board. And then when a new card is put out onto the board, it's going to cost more. So if a card comes out that you really, really want, you're going to buy that. So at the beginning of the game, you're going to be dealt a certain amount of money based off the number of players. The more players, the less money. The less players, the more money. So I think if you play with if you play with a maximum 5 people, I think you get like 8 money. And then if you play with like 2, it might be like 14 or something. I can't remember. But anyway, so you get a certain amount of money, and then that's it. So you get money, you put your guys out, and then you're going to purchase cards. And so two things happen when you purchase a card. So one, you're going to get a good. So at the top of the card, it tells you the type of good that you have. And when you collect sets of those goods, then you get points at the end for that. So you get victory points by collecting goods as well. But then also at the bottom of the card, it's going to tell you the ability that you have. So for instance, this card right here, the carrot, this one gives you, you're able to place 3 armies. So you're able to place 3 armies in your starting city at the beginning, or if later on in the game, if you build a city, which is an option, then you're able to start armies there. So in essence, you're able to move about the board, create a city, and then now that's a new spawn point where you can build armies. So I'm not going to go through all of the things that you're able to do with these cards one by one, but basically you're able to move armies, you're able to, there's a special card to go across the ocean and go to a new continent. There's also cards where you can do either or. You can either add new armies or you can move your armies, and that's it. The game plays out when, let me look for a second, forgive me. The game plays out when everybody has a certain amount of cards. So based off of the number of players, I think it's in a 2-player game. If you have 13 cards, then the game ends. So you can kind of look around the table and see once everybody has that many cards, the game is over. And then it's simply addition. You go around the board and you count up who has the most in this region, they get a point. And then it's whoever controls the most regions gets a point for victory. And then you get points based off of the goods that you've collected. And that's it. Whoever has the most victory points wins the game. So at the end of our reviews, we like to give you a 1-die rating on what we think of the game. If we think that you should buy it, play it, or hate it. And that's real simple. Green means go buy this game, add it to your collection. White means maybe you wouldn't buy it, but you'd play it. And then green or red means don't buy it and don't play it because you hate it. Sadly, I give this version of 8-Minute Empires a red. And I hate to give games red die because I feel like it's just like telling somebody out there you won't like this game at all. But for me, just my opinion, this just didn't really work for me at all. There's another version of this game, 8-Minute Empire Legends, And from what I understand, I haven't played that one yet, but they say it adds a little bit more to this game. For some reason, this game just didn't hit it for me. I've got a lot of other games on the shelf that I'd rather play instead of this one. And so although the mechanics of this game are solid, I like buying the cards, I like moving my armies, for some reason this just didn't really work for me. And so I'm hoping maybe in the later games that they fix that or maybe added more to it. But to be honest with you, I'm probably not going to buy that game. I might wait until I play it with somebody else. So for this one, it's a red die, but maybe for you, you'd like it. I always tell people when I give games a bad review to go check out other people. There's probably somebody else online that loves this game and can tell you why they love it. So that's it. That's my review of 8-Minute Empires. Thanks for watching. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, our website, boardgamecloset.com. And as always, support your local hobby shop.